Hi everyone, I'm Ashley Pizzolato, and this week's micro teaching is going to be on artificial intelligence. So, artificial intelligence, often abbreviated just as AI, is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs. It's related to the similar task of using computers to understand human intelligence, but AI does not have to confine itself to methods that are biologically observable. So, to put it simply, it could be said that the field of AI as a whole explores the question: are machines capable of thinking? And if they are they capable of achieving levels of human thought? So now we're going to talk a little bit about the history behind artificial intelligence. At first, the concept of artificial intelligence only existed in stories and myths. So, in the past, philosophers had attempted to describe human thinking as occurring in a series of mechanical symbols as well as mathematics. But it wasn't until the 1940s that artificial intelligence became something that could be truly conceptualized and researched with the invention of the programmable digital computer. It was at this point that scientists began seriously considering the possibility of creating a digital unit capable of thought. Many people at the time were under the impression that creating a machine capable of human-level thinking within about the next generation was completely doable. However, this brings to mind the question: what counts as human-level thinking, and how is this going to be measured? So, in 1950, Alan Turing proposed something he called the imitation game, and now we call this the Turing test. Okay, so here's a diagram of what the Turing test looks like. So though it's widely criticized, the Turing test has almost become the standard these days for judging the humanness of artificial intelligence. The Turing test is composed of the questioner, person C in the diagram, and then another person, as well as the artificial intelligence subject. So the questioner will ask questions, and both the machine and the human subject will respond. After a certain amount of time, the questioner will be asked to determine which terminal is the human and which is the computer. The test will be conducted more than once, and if the questioner guesses that the computer is the human respondent more than 50% of the time, the artificial intelligence passes the test due to the fact that the questioner regards it to be just as human as the actual human respondent. To date, no AI has actually passed the Turing test, and it's widely regarded as the best method for determining whether or not a machine can achieve human thinking. Although no machine is yet capable of achieving all the aspects that make up human thinking, as shown by the Turing test, there are still several machines that are regarded as having artificial intelligence, as they can successfully complete very specific tasks that require elements of human thought. So, a few examples of artificial intelligence in today's world are self-driving cars and digital assistants such as Alexa, Echo, Siri. We use artificial intelligence in everyday life. People use Siri and other digital assistants to set alarms and reminders, and even the face recognition most of us use to unlock our phones is considered a form of AI. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the strengths and weaknesses of artificial intelligence. As with most technologies, all technologies really, you're going to have benefits and drawbacks. So some of the strengths of AI is that it allows for a reduction in human errors. They can make faster decisions. Also, they can make decisions not based on emotion. So they're just completely straight up logical decisions that humans aren't really capable of making. They're also available 24/7. So things like chatbots and automated phone systems make it easy for people to access things around the clock because, actual humans have to sleep and eat and take care of other things. But some of the weaknesses of artificial intelligence, the biggest one is cost. They're extremely expensive, the making of them, the research, the programming, all that. They can also cause unemployment. They can very easily replace the jobs of humans due to the fact that they're programmed to do specific tasks, and they don't usually make mistakes if the programming is good, unlike humans who are prone to making mistakes. They also have very limited thinking. They can't really think outside the box as they're programmed to do specific tasks, and they can't really do much beyond that. In the classroom, there are also strengths and weaknesses separate from these. A couple of strengths are that artificial intelligence can allow for a more personalized approach to learning through the use of, algorithms and data collecting. It can also help special needs students as well. For example, speech recognition technology could be one form of AI that could be used. A few weaknesses are, again, cost, very expensive, especially for public schools. And other students might not do well with the lack of human connection that comes with learning with artificial intelligence. Now we're going to talk about the question, how can artificial intelligence be used in a language classroom? So artificial intelligence can be used in language learning in a few different ways, but one of the biggest is being that it can automatically grade student work and provide instant feedback, as well as allow for a more personalized learning experience, encouraging student engagement and streamlining the learning process. A popular AI language learning platform is Duolingo. There's a chatbot function on the app that you can use to practice conversation, and it corrects mistakes as you go along. AI could similarly be used in the setting of a language classroom. Your assignment this week is to answer these 4 questions. They're also going to be posted on the discussion board, but I wanted to include them in the video as well. So in your own words, I'm going to ask you to define artificial intelligence. What do you think it is, and why do you think that way? The second question, do you think the Turing test is a good standard for determining whether or not something has artificial intelligence? Why or why not? The third question, what is another example of artificial intelligence that you can think of that wasn't talked about in the video? And the fourth question, very important, do you think using artificial intelligence in the classroom is a good idea? If so, what is one way you can think of that you might implement artificial intelligence in your own future classroom? And if not, why do you think that it's not a good idea to use in a classroom setting? Here's a list of the sources I used to make this video and research artificial intelligence, so if you're interested, go ahead and take a look. They're very interesting. So here we are at the end of the video. I hope you learned something new, something interesting. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at apizzolatto@murraystate.edu, or if you just want to give me your opinion on stuff, that's cool too. Thank you for watching.